Buenas tardes, yo soy la profesora Lecceardone-Brown o profe LB. Los dos está bien, profe es suficiente también. Quiero mostrarles las cosas que tenemos en Schoology para que entiendan bien. Yo no sé si ustedes recuerdan, pero nosotros leímos o empezamos a leer un libro o el libro que se llama La vida y muerte en la Mara Salvatrucha. Entonces vamos a continuar con con el libro, claro, en una manera muy diferente. Si no me conoces, yo enseño español 3 y español 5. Este año yo he enseñado español 4, todos niveles de español. Ok, entonces ustedes pueden ver aquí en Schoology todas las cosas que vamos a usar, vamos a tener, ¿ok? Y para que sepan muy bien, para que entiendan, yo quiero hablar en inglés por un momentito, por el resto de esta grabación. Ok, entonces, un momentito en inglés. So, the first thing that you'll see is pregunta del día, okay? Every day, Monday through Thursday, you'll have a different question of the day, okay? The format of this question is a little bit different. It's structured so that we see each other virtually more often. So it's not just you writing something, it's you responding. So the first thing is you're going to watch my video. And in watching the video, you'll listen for the question. Okay, so once you hear the question, once the video is done, you respond to the question, but you're going to respond to it this week. The responses are going to be by video. Okay, so in this, I have put the requirements. So it tells you exactly what you need to do in order to not download, but to record yourself, because some of us don't know exactly how to do that. So when you click on this document here, it tells you step by step how to record a video of yourself just on Schoology. Okay, so you don't need to use anything else. You just go through these steps on Schoology. It's easy, but there's a bunch of little things that you have to do. So once you do it once, you'll get used to it, okay? If you struggle and you need help, just let me know. But that is there, and that gives you how to do it, okay? You should have no problem seeing my video. Here's my video here. So that's where it gives you the answer. And then this is an example that Lily did of a response to my question, okay? So you only have to respond to 3 of the questions of the day, okay? So there's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You only have to pick 3 to respond to, okay? Your video should be about a minute, roughly, in answering with as much detail. I like detail. I also want you to always remember that everything you do is your work, so I don't want you to try to translate things and then read them off. So just remember that. And you'll get a total of 6 points max if you correctly respond to 3 of the questions of the week or question of the day. And by correctly, I mean that you're answering the question that I asked, okay? And I can understand you. That's always the big piece there, okay? ¿Qué más? And this is something that was sent out by the school. You can read that for your enjoyment. When we are working on things, it's based on the week. So I always like to have my folder red to indicate the one that we're in. And here is all of the stuff that we'll be working on, okay? And they're in order, so you have to do them first before you move on to the next one. Now, some of them are really just opening them up and looking at them. And this right here, you don't have to do anything with this, but you do need to take a look at it to just kind of read through my office hours and so on and so forth. I have an attachment on the main page, and I have an attachment here. The way the hours work are, if you notice here, You have student help face-to-face. You don't have to talk to me face-to-face if you don't want to, but you can. And sometimes it's easier to just go into this Zoom meeting, which you're going to have to download this. So this is what we're going to try this week. So we're going to hopefully this works. But to download, you need to go to zoom.us and then download it. I think that it's all been pushed, that Zoom has been pushed to your iPad, so you should be able to open it there, okay? So you will go into that, and sometimes you might be put into a waiting room, but you'll go into those if you want to talk to me face-to-face and get help, okay? You can also, during all of these office hours, no matter whether it's face-to-face or not, you can send me an email. You can send me a Schoology message. Here's my email that I have. Or Schoology. Email is easier for me because I can track it better. And just be clear with what you're asking me so that I can help you as best as I can. This is my schedule for this week. It may change since this is new for all of us. Just being flexible and knowing, what works, what doesn't work, so on and so forth. I want you to notice, though, that on Mondays, by 7 a.m. on Monday morning is when I'll have your week's worth of material. So here, when you look, this is your week's worth. This is what's expected of you for the week, okay? So that will be laid out for you. Anything that is a point value has to be done by Friday at noon if you want credit for it, okay? So you have all that time to work on it and all that time to get help, alrighty? And then I have marked here that we'll have daily posts. That's when I'll update them by 8 o'clock. Alrighty. So I went through all of these. Some of these that when you click on them, you can see, or you can actually see right here, it says must score at least 12. I have all of these quizzes set to at least getting 80%, okay? So just make sure that you can use your notes. Obviously, I'm not there watching over you, so you can do that. So just make sure that you keep track of that. The first assignment is a Flipgrid. So if you've never used it, here's a tutorial. But when you go, yes, they're out of order, sorry, but you click on your hour. So make sure you know what hour you have me. That goes the same for when we're talking about schedules and when we do face-to-face, because Wednesday we will do face-to-face. We will be doing face-to-face on Wednesday, and you need to click on your hour to chat with me. To chat as a large group, okay? So we'll have face-to-face. So if you're first hour, you're going to click on first hour. If you're, what is this? You're not in Spanish 5. If you're fourth hour and sixth hour, you get it. Okay, so you should know what your schedule is, and you get that through Infinite Campus. All right, so if you're in first hour, you'll click on hour 1, and you can just log in with Google because you have a Google account through the school, and it should be no problem there. And then when you get in, you will see this super awesome video that I created. And you'll follow that, just kind of get an example of what I'm looking for. And then you'll click on the little plus here, and then that's when you're going to do your own, okay? So that's that Flipgrid, and then we have another Flipgrid that's at the end of the week here, or at the end of the line, however you plan to do your things. And that is has a rubric attached to it. So when you want to look at the rubric for that one, you should be able to see it when you are doing your actual grid. So quien me influye, here's the goals, the instructions, and there's the rubric, okay? With this particular one, we're asking that you use connecting words and adjectives beyond just like the super boring, like tall, etc. So these are ones that you can use. You can open them, use them. Again, with anything you do, it needs to be your work. I don't want to watch you reading off something, because then I may ask you to call me face-to-face and do it with me that way, or redo it in another way, okay? I think that's all. I'm sure I forgot something because that's how I roll. Okay. Student dude. All right, I think that's good. So just let me know if you have questions, comments, concerns, and I'm looking forward to the videos and the responses to the question of the day. When you get this question of the day, each one is going to be different, so it'll be a different discussion post each day. Just know that. Y nos vemos mañana.